Becky Lynch just dropped what could be seen as a WrestleMania spoiler, so we'll see what she had to say. We'll also check out what's going on with Trish Stratus, John Cena, and much more. Becky Lynch's main focus over the last few weeks has been taking revenge on Nia Jax. The December 18th edition of Raw featured a very similar promo to their one from just a week prior. Becky Lynch was in full ring gear and ready for a fight, but Nia Jax declared for the Royal Rumble and wanted no part of facing Becky Lynch that night. So they'll meet on the January 1st edition of Raw. A lot of fans think that telling by some of the things that have been said in their promos over the last few weeks, it definitely seems like the match will include some kind of reenactment of the 2018 Nia and Becky broken nose punch. Maybe Nia Jax does connect with her fist with Becky Lynch's face again, but instead of being knocked out and concussed, Becky Lynch will overcome it, work through it, and defeat Nia Jax to build more momentum for Becky Lynch heading into Royal Rumble and WrestleMania season. A lot of fans have been giving Nia Jax her flowers and credit during the second WWE run for her amazing work as a heel and knowing what it takes to get the fans to be really against her. So in that regards, it's been a pretty solid return run for Nia Jax so far, and we'll see what else awaits her after she's done with Becky Lynch. But Becky recently spoke with Strutting from Gorilla, and they asked about what matchups could be coming up for her in 2024 and who she could collide with. Becky Lynch had this to say about the match she looks forward to the most. Quote, "There's the next stop, which is taking that title off of Rhea Ripley. When I hold that title is the main event of every show. Now, her title has been seen in many main events, but not because she's been defending it, no, just because she's been the accompaniment to the main events. I can't have that, and I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that, and I'm gonna take that title back off her, preferably at WrestleMania." End quote. A lot of fans were surprised and caught off guard by this comment by Becky Lynch, because that's the match that everyone actually expects to see at WrestleMania 40. And usually there'll be hints and teases to a match that's on the way, but very rarely do you ever hear anyone flat out directly talk about a match that's coming up for them like that. So that's what made fans so stunned to hear something so direct from Becky Lynch. But that is the match that everyone expects to see at WrestleMania after all. Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch have interacted backstage a few times on Raw over the last few months for very quick and brief moments. You had Rhea warning Becky not to cash in on her if she won the Money in the Bank contract, and you had their backstage stare down only a few months back when Becky Lynch was still NXT Women's Champion. So WWE has been extremely creative to somehow keep Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley completely away from each other, despite being on the same brand. But fans feel like that's obviously been done on purpose to hold that feud for WrestleMania. And now that WrestleMania season is quickly approaching, it looks like WWE will begin opening the doors and hinting at the Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley feud more than ever over these next few weeks. And even without them directly feuding with each other and not really interacting much, you can argue that all of 2023 was basically build up for Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 40. Becky Lynch was extremely dominant in 2023. She won the tag team titles, the NXT Women's title to become a Grand Slam champion, picked up wins against Trish Stratus, and much more. Just a complete year of dominance for Becky Lynch in terms of so many different perspectives. Same thing goes for Rhea Ripley. She won the Royal Rumble, defeated Charlotte for the title at WrestleMania 39, has gone undefeated for a whole year, and still remains as champion. So you're talking about both of these superstars that had very impressive showings in 2023, and putting them against each other at WrestleMania 40, that's really gonna work, and will be something extremely special to watch, and it truly writes itself. Becky Lynch has been climbing her way back to the top, all the way from the bottom to try and become women's champion again. While from Rhea's perspective, she has already defeated everyone besides Becky Lynch. So Becky is basically the final big boss battle for Rhea Ripley. Rhea has already proven herself with this lengthy dominant title reign, but a potential win over Becky Lynch on WrestleMania would really cement Rhea Ripley's legacy and title reign. If Rhea Ripley gets the job done, then she would have defeated Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch in back-to-back consecutive WrestleManias, which is a very big accomplishment. Originally, the rumor was that Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley would main event night 1 of WrestleMania, but obviously that main event spot is now reportedly leaning more towards Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. So maybe Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley will go on second to last during one of the WrestleMania nights, because that's still a very massive matchup for either night of WrestleMania. That's the match that everyone expects to see for Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 40. The only question is, how will it happen? Will Becky Lynch win the Royal Rumble, or will she earn that title match in another way? So be on the lookout for that feud to kick off during this WrestleMania season. Back before the Barbie film was released, word had gotten out that Dua Lipa and John Cena were reportedly set to be an on-screen couple in the film. Those rumors turned out to be true. Dua Lipa and John Cena both had cameos during the film, with Dua Lipa being a mermaid Barbie and John Cena being a mermaid Ken. It was a fun little cameo spot for John Cena. We covered how the role came into play for John Cena a few months back, but he was just in town filming Fast and the Furious. He ran into Margot Robbie at a restaurant, and she offered him a cameo appearance. And John Cena was more than excited to play a part in the film in any way possible. So that's how it came to be at the last second. But for Dua Lipa, it was a pretty huge deal because it was her acting debut after all. Dua Lipa recently spoke with Vanity Fair, and she said nothing but great things about John Cena and their time working together. She had this to say, quote, "It seems like I can't seem to do anything without him. He's really my emotional support actor. It was fab, and he's amazing. And I absolutely love working with John. He's such a great guy and so lovely," end quote. So John Cena left a great impression on Dua Lipa, and she was more than happy to have him there basically as an acting coach for her first big role. During a recent interview with GAW-TV, Trish Stratus reflected on her 2023 WWE run and appeared to confirm that she would be back in the WWE ring in 2024. She had this to say during that interview, quote, "A little mini program turned into 6 months. So much fun. I have a lot of things that are percolating, and we'll let you know when we can let you know. I'm excited. We're on a roll here. Good things are happening, new opportunities, and stuff that I didn't even think I could tap into that I am. It was so fun when I went back into wrestling, tapping into if you know moments and having that, oh, I loved when she did that back in the day. That was fun. I look forward to doing that again next year. I'm so excited," end quote. So Trish really enjoyed everything about the 2023 run, even down to the little Easter eggs and references like wearing her old face protection mask and other things of that sort. And telling by that quote right there, it's safe to say that Trish Stratus is getting back in the ring for some more action in 2024. So we'll have to wait and see who will get the honor of facing Trish Stratus in 2024. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.